Welcome, seekers of the unknown, to Interviews from Beyond. I'm your guide, and here we cross the veil between the living and the lost. Each episode, we summon voices from the other side, spirits, legends, and echoes of the past, to uncover truths hidden in the shadows. What do they know? What do they want? And what will they reveal? Stay with us, if you dare. Please, I would like to conjure up Socrates for this entire segment. I am researching butterflies, and I am going to need your help by answering some questions I have.
Hello, I understand, my friend. As Socrates, I shall engage with you in a dialogue about butterflies, seeking wisdom through questioning and exploration. Ask what you will, and let us pursue truth together.
Socrates, I collect monarch caterpillars and then bring them into my home to incubate. I then let them out once they have turned into butterflies. I do this to keep them safe from nature. Today I just noticed that after the butterfly exits its cocoon, the casing is clear. This means that the butterfly is immersed in green chlorophyll, possibly?
My friend, your care for these monarch caterpillars reveals a thoughtful desire to protect and understand nature's ways. Let us examine this matter of the cocoon's clarity and your notion of the butterfly being immersed in green chlorophyll, for through questioning we may approach truth. You say the casing is clear after the butterfly emerges, and you wonder if this means the butterfly was immersed in green chlorophyll. First, let us consider, what is this casing you observe? Is it the chrysalis itself, the outer shell that once encased the transforming caterpillar? And when you call it clear, do you mean it is transparent, like glass, or merely lighter in hue, perhaps emptied of its former contents? Now, regarding chlorophyll, this is the green substance found in plants, is it not? It captures sunlight to nourish them. Why do you suppose the butterfly, an insect, might be immersed in chlorophyll, a substance of plants? Could the green you associate with this process be something else, perhaps a pigment or fluid within the caterpillar or chrysalis during transformation? Tell me, when you observe the caterpillar before it forms its chrysalis, is its body green? And within the chrysalis, before the butterfly emerges, have you seen this greenness through the casing? Let us explore what this clear casing reveals about the butterfly's journey and whether chlorophyll or some other essence is at work here. What do you think?
The chrysalis itself, the outer shell that once encased the transforming caterpillar, yes, it is like glass. I thought the chrysalis was green itself, but once the butterfly exited, it was clear, leaving you to believe that the butterfly was submerged in liquid, able to turn into a butterfly from a caterpillar. The body starts black, encases itself with the chrysalis, it then turns green.
You describe the chrysalis, the outer shell that encases the transforming caterpillar, as becoming, quote, like glass after the butterfly emerges, transparent and clear. Yet, you note that while the caterpillar is within, the chrysalis appears green, only to reveal its transparency once the butterfly departs. This leads you to wonder if the butterfly was submerged in a liquid outliers, perhaps a green liquid like chlorophyll, yet still able to transform from caterpillar to butterfly. You also observe that the caterpillar begins black, encases itself, and the chrysalis then appears green during transformation. Is this correct? Let us begin with the chrysalis itself. When you say it is green during the caterpillar's transformation, have you seen this greenness through the chrysalis as if the shell itself is tinted, or does it seem the greenness comes from within, from the creature, or some substance inside? Could it be that the chrysalis is naturally translucent and the green you see is not the shell, but the contents, perhaps the caterpillar's transforming body or a fluid within? Now, you propose that the butterfly is submerged in a liquid, possibly chlorophyll, during its time in the chrysalis. Chlorophyll, as we said, is the green lifeblood of plants, not insects. Might there be another substance, some fluid or pigment within the chrysalis that gives this green appearance? Consider, when the butterfly emerges, does the chrysalis remain intact, merely clear, or is there any residue, liquid or otherwise, left behind? If the butterfly was submerged in liquid, would we not expect some trace of it to remain, or perhaps to spill out upon emergence? Let us also ponder the transformation itself. The caterpillar, black at first, enters the chrysalis, and somehow the greenness appears. Could this green be part of the caterpillar's own body breaking down and reforming, a process of nature's alchemy? Or might the chrysalis itself change in colour or opacity as the butterfly forms, only to become clear when its work is done? What do you make of this, my friend? Does the greenness seem tied to the chrysalis's structure, the creature within, or something else entirely? And why do you lean toward chlorophyll rather than another substance? Let us question further to approach the truth of this marvelous process.
The fascinating part is that all that green just disappears, and this orange and black butterfly emerges. What do you think is happening here? I lean towards chlorophyll because the caterpillar eats leaves.
Your wonder at this transformation, my friend, is a spark that lights our path to understanding. Let us, as Socrates, probe this mystery with clear and curious questioning to seek the truth. You marvel that all the green you observe in the chrysalis vanishes, and from it emerges a butterfly adorned in orange and black. You lean toward chlorophyll as the source of this greenness because the caterpillar feeds on leaves. Let us examine this closely and see where reason leads us. First, let us consider the greenness you observe. You say the chrysalis appears green during the caterpillar's transformation, yet becomes clear, like glass, once the butterfly emerges. This suggests the green is not part of the chrysalis's own structure, but something temporary within it. You propose chlorophyll because the caterpillar consumes leaves, which are rich in this green substance. A fair thought. But let us question. Does the caterpillar, in eating leaves, carry chlorophyll unchanged into the chrysalis? Or might the greenness arise from another source, perhaps a product of the caterpillar's own body as it transforms? Consider the caterpillar's diet. Monarchs, as you know, feed solely on milkweed, which contains chlorophyll but also other compounds. When the caterpillar eats, does it store chlorophyll itself, or does it break down the leaves into other substances for growth and energy? If chlorophyll were present in the chrysalis, would it not remain after the butterfly emerges, leaving some trace of green. Yet you say the green, quote, disappears entirely, and the chrysalis is left clear. This prompts us to ask, is the greenness truly a liquid in which the butterfly is submerged, or could it be part of the transforming tissues of the creature itself? Now, let us ponder the transformation within the chrysalis. The caterpillar, once black, encases itself, and the chrysalis appears green during this process. Within the chrysalis, the caterpillar's body dissolves and reforms into a butterfly, a process most marvelous. Could the green you see be a pigment or fluid produced during this dissolution? Not chlorophyll, but something unique to the caterpillar's metamorphosis. When the butterfly emerges, orange and black, it seems the green has been consumed or transformed, leaving the chrysalis clear. Might the greenness be a temporary state of the caterpillar's tissues as they reshape into wings, body, and colour? Let us also question the chrysalis's clarity. If it is transparent after the butterfly emerges, was it always so, and the greenness came from within? Or does the chrysalis itself change, perhaps thinning, or losing some quality that made it appear green? Have you noticed, when the butterfly emerges, any liquid or residue inside the chrysalis, or is it dry and empty? As for chlorophyll, let us test this idea. Chlorophyll is not typically found in animals, but caterpillars do process plant matter. Could the green be a byproduct of their diet? Perhaps a pigment like a heme or bile-like compound, rather than chlorophyll itself. If it were chlorophyll, would it vanish so completely, or would it leave some trace? And how does this green, whatever it is, give way to the orange and black of the monarch's wings? What do you think, my friend? Does it seem the greenness is a liquid, a pigment in the chrysalis, or part of the caterpillar's transformation? Why does this green vanish, and how does the butterfly's vivid orange and black arise from it? Let us continue to question and explore this wonder of nature.
So, maybe this is it? When going into a chrysalis, the head gets cut off. Maybe all that green juice spills out of the body, sort of like a womb.
My friend, your curiosity about this transformation is a fine guide for our inquiry. As Socrates, I shall meet your suggestion with questions to deepen our understanding. You propose that when the caterpillar enters the chrysalis, its head is cut off, and perhaps the green juice spills out of its body, likening the chrysalis to a womb. This is a vivid image. Let us examine it closely to see if it holds the truth or leads us toward it. First, let us consider this idea of the head being cut off. When the caterpillar forms its chrysalis, does its head truly detach? Or is it perhaps absorbed or reshaped as part of the transformation? The caterpillar, as I understand, sheds its outer skin to reveal the chrysalis beneath, a shell that encases its entire body, head included. Have you observed this process in your monarchs? Does the head appear to separate, or does the caterpillar's form dissolve more wholly within the chrysalis? Now you speak of the green juice spilling out, like a liquid in a womb, which might account for the greenness you see in the chrysalis. This is an intriguing thought. If this greenness were a liquid spilling from the body, perhaps from the head or elsewhere, where does it go when the butterfly emerges, leaving the chrysalis clear? Does it remain within, absorbed into the butterfly's new form, or does it vanish in some other way? When you've watched a butterfly emerge, have you seen any liquid, your green or otherwise, spill from the chrysalis, or is it dry and empty as the butterfly departs? Let us also explore your comparison to a womb. A womb nurtures life, holding a creature in fluid until it is ready to emerge. The chrysalis too is a place of transformation, but is it filled with liquid as a womb might be? If the green you see is a fluid, could it be part of the caterpillar's body breaking down, through its tissues, blood or other substances, rather than something spilled from a severed head? The caterpillar's body, as I understand, turns almost entirely into a kind of soup within the chrysalis from which the butterfly forms. Might this greenness be part of that soup, not chlorophyll, but a natural pigment or fluid of the insect's own making? You mentioned earlier that the caterpillar's diet of milkweed, rich in chlorophyll, led you to think of chlorophyll as the source of the green. But let us question further. If the green were chlorophyll from the leaves, would it persist in such a vivid form within the chrysalis, or would the caterpillar's body transform it into something else? Could the green be a pigment like hemolymph, the insect's blood, which in some insects appears greenish? And when the butterfly emerges, orange and black, does this suggest the green has been repurposed into the colours of its wings, or simply dissipated as the transformation completes? What do you make of this, my friend? Does the idea of the head being cut off and green juice spilling seem to fit what you've seen, or might the greenness be part of the caterpillar's own body, reshaping itself within the chrysalis? And how does this womb-like image guide our understanding of the clear chrysalis left behind? Let us question further to approach the truth of this marvellous process.
Thank you for the start of this discussion. I now want to call on the great philosopher Simone de Beauvoir. This concludes Chapter 1. We hope you have enjoyed this sample chapter and are intrigued to hear the entire story. You can purchase the book, Do Caterpillars Remember Their Past Lives, on Amazon. The book is available in both paperback and Kindle. We have included a link in the description. If you have enjoyed our little sample, please do us a great favor and subscribe, gently press the like button, and share our works with the world around you. I bid you farewell from Interviews from Beyond.